India has one powerful tool, and that is our strong culture and heritage. It spans centuries, rich traditions that are rooted in solid research. While India's culture is well known across the world, but now India is actively employing cultural diplomacy to strengthen relations with other nations, especially those with whom we share historical ties. The world today is becoming increasingly interconnected, and India's ancient interconnections can become power asset. It can play a vital role in shaping geopolitics with India in the forefront. Most recent diplomacy push was seen in Varanasi, world's oldest living city with incredible history. As scholars say, Varanasi's history dates back to more than 4,000 years at least. It's been the seat of knowledge. It's also been the seat for moksha. In November 2023, about 140 diplomats and ambassadors from 70 countries were invited to Varanasi on the occasion of Kartik Purnima. There was a full-fledged cultural performance that was organized. Millions of earthen lamps were lit on that occasion, which is also celebrated as Dev Deepavali, or the Diwali of the gods. Listen to what some of the diplomats of different countries had to say.
This is incredible, this unbelievable experience, and we're very pleased and we feel blessed that we have been able to experience this beautiful event.
I witnessed this incredible show, Sounds and Lights, between modernity and tradition, and it's an experience like no other, so we really enjoyed it.
American writer Mark Twain had said this about Varanasi: Banaras is older than history, older than tradition, older even than the legend, and looks twice as old as all of them put together. Varanasi has also previously hosted several G20 meetings during India's presidency, including the Cultures Meeting, for example. Also hosted several meetings of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Interestingly, Varanasi has got designated as the first SCO cultural city. Banaras, another name for Varanasi, has also gone through several renovations in different parts of the city while retaining its historical aspects. While Banaras is being highlighted as the big cultural ancient city to the world, and rightly so, but so is Ayodhya in Uttar Pradesh. Diplomats from 50 countries, remember, had visited Ayodhya on the eve of Diwali, where a world record had set of lighting the earthen lamps. Ayodhya is also where the Ram temple is under construction, and that has added to the world interest. Temples across ancient India were not just about worshipping a god or an idol. They were in fact seats of learning. Dharmic heritage from Kanyakumari to Kedarnath, from Kamakhya temple to the Dwarkadish. Which country has this amount of original cultural centers and knowledge powerhouse of traditions across the country and in different parts? India is like a heritage home that is getting restoration done in parts and renovation done on the other side. Once that was visited by scholars and sages, today is also vibrant and exquisite, attracting guests who are in awe of old and new friendship. Do you see what's happening here? How does one use this unique heritage as soft power for strategic use? Once India had the Panchsheel policy, which is now the Panchamrit foreign policy. 5 main features of this diplomacy is Samman, dignity; Samvad, dialogue; Samriddhi, shared prosperity; Suraksha, which is regional and global security. And then there is Sanskriti evam Sabhyata, cultural and civilizational links. And this India has in loads, interlinked with India's broader political and economic goals of the country. For example, let me take you through what has been done on the ground. A Ramayana circuit that connects India to countries with Ramayana ties and thereby political friendship too. In May 2018, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his Nepalese counterpart KP Sharma Oli jointly inaugurated direct bus service between Janakpur in Nepal and Ayodhya, which is in India. Katiswaram Temple in Sri Lanka is a restoration project with an approximate cost of $2 million. The restoration project was commissioned under an India-Sri Lanka bilateral agreement. The stones for the Maha Mandapa were caved by the sculptors from Mamalapuram. In fact, you may be surprised to know that the Archaeological Survey of India, ASI, is part of initiatives that it's leading restoring historical sites in Laos, Vietnam, Indonesia, Cambodia, Nepal, Bahrain, Angola, even Afghanistan. India is the seat of not just the Hindu religion but also Buddhism and Jainism. It has also then revived the old Buddhism tourism circuit to link with Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bhutan and other states in our wider neighborhood which had Buddha's footprints. In March 2023, Buddhist monks from South Korea were invited to Ayodhya, as it is believed that a princess of this belt got married to a Korean king centuries ago. And this visit also marked 50 years of diplomatic relations between India and South Korea. In fact, Homeland has done a specific video on this specific legend, and we have traced it back to those previous centuries, and you must check that out. India, meanwhile, has provided Sri Lanka and Nepal millions of rupees in grant to develop Buddhist sites too. This is also a bid to reduce China's influence in these countries. Joint commemoration by India and Bangladesh of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore's 150th birth anniversary. Also jointly commemorating poet-writer Nazrul's 100th birth anniversary. Remember that both India and Bangladesh national anthem have been composed by Rabindranath Tagore, so that there is another link that's come in between the two countries, which was once undivided India. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam was India's G20 presidency theme and aptly described that to India, world is one family is not a modern discourse but goes back centuries. Ambassador Bhaswati Mukherjee wrote in 2019, one of India's significant global contributions has been the exercise of its soft power, drawing on its ancient cultural and civilizational roots. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam was among the first precursor of global citizenship as it is understood today. Today, India's soft power, as represented through her vibrant cultural and civilizational heritage and through her diaspora spread worldwide, serves as a powerful reminder that India values secularism, tolerance, inclusiveness and cross-fertilization of cultures, which have been an intrinsic part of our civilization and are more relevant than ever before in the uncertain international scenario of the world today. So what are the quintessential forte of Indian culture? Cinema, of course, is on top. Hindi films are popular, and so are films from other languages in Telugu, Tamil and Malayalam that are crossing borders now are gaining attention worldwide, especially after RRR's Oscar victory. Russia to Ukraine to UAE to Saudi Arabia, these Indian films have helped form bridges that politics may never do. Yoga. While unofficially yoga was getting copied abroad, the past 1 decade, specifically since 2015, when the United Nations General Assembly recognized 21st June as the International Day of Yoga, has ensured that India has owned what is traditionally an inherent Indian practice, and that has benefited the world too. Cuisine. Butter chicken to biryani to samosas. Indian food with all its diversities has been fastest to get people to love India. And one of the prominent cultural features have been art. Bharatnatyam to Bhangra, Kathak to Kathakali, as diverse as our country and helping connect to the world at a global level. Sanskrit language, for example, has connected India to Germany that politics may never have been able to do, but it's the language that has connected us to a European country. This has enhanced global image, attracted international cooperation, investment and partnership, and possibly less chances of a conflict with India and these countries. As I conclude, India's biggest diplomacy power is its 25 million diaspora across the world, and it is the largest in the world. They are the living bridge between nations with their positive contributions to the country they have chosen to reside in. India has civilizational links to many present-day nations, and there is clearly an awakening within India too, to taking pride in our history and ensure it solidifies our ties with countries that are geographically and culturally close. Thank you for watching.